Hi guys, Sarah here, and today we're going to create some isometric stairs in Affinity Designer. I've done a lot of isometric illustrations recently, and I thought it might be a nice idea to show you how to do the stairs. If you're, someone trying to get into doing some isometric illustrations, or you're just really curious how the stairs kind of work. They're very, very simple, but I thought it might be good to show you anyway. So to begin, we're just going to go File, New, and I'm going to go down to, Web and 1920 by 1080, just because it fits nicely on my screen. You can basically do whatever you want, though. Basically the isometric grid is the important part. So let's go create that document, and then we're going to go create our isometric grid. So we're going to go up to the isometric panel. We're going to click Modify Grid, and we want the Show Axis on, and then you can see the isometric grid shows up right away. And then just play with this a little bit. You don't want to get it too small, but I mean, it depends. If you're gonna, it's up to you. I'm gonna do mine probably around maybe 13, 17, 15. Let's just type in 15. 15, there we go. It's a good little size there. Gives me enough detail so I can get in really close and do up some fun stuff. Okay, so now we're gonna start to create some stairs. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit, and then I'm going to create a platform for my stairs. So sort of, where people would stand before going up or down stairs, if that makes sense. So I'm going to click on the top because I need it on my top plane. And then I'm going to go Edit in Plane here. And I'm just going to draw a little shape of, I'm going to hit Shift so it's nice and square, and I guess we'll do, was that 5 by 5? Yeah, we'll do 5 by 5 stairs, and I'm not going to have a stroke on for that, and I will give it a blue top. Yes. Maybe a different blue. Turquoise? Let's go, we'll go with the blue. The oceany blue. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit more, and now we're just going to make the stairs. It's really easy. The only complexities really come in when you're trying to do multiple stairs and have them different. I'll show you what I mean. But so this is the simple stairs. So we've got our top. So now we need to do our side. I'm going to have stairs coming down this side. So I've clicked on my side, and I'm just going to draw in one of the steps, and I'm going to color that maybe that blue. Maybe we'll do something insane, like, not insane, just different. Okay, we'll do purple. Purple? Maybe. Okay. And so we've got our side step, and now we're going to go back onto top, and we're going to draw in the top step here. And then I'm just going to select both of those, copy and paste that, and then bring it right down so it aligns nicely with my lines. And I'm going to keep doing that, and keep doing that, until I am happy with my awesome stairs that go to nowhere currently, but that's fine. And then the last step should probably be one that looks like that. So then this is your floor. So as you can see, it's pretty simple, doing just some nice stairs right there. And if you want to go the other way, it's exactly the same. So let's just do exactly that. So we'll go, or is that going to even look good if we have stairs coming down here? Maybe we should do stairs going up. What do you think? I think I will actually put more at the bottom, at the base of these stairs here. I'm going to put another stair. So we're going to move this landing, or I'll just condense the landing, and then I'll bring it down here. And now we have another landing area here. Is that a square? That looks pretty square. And then I'm just going to do the stairs going down here. So it's like a nice little L shape. So we're going to go on our front plane. I'll zoom in a little bit. Get our rectangle tool. Yes, I was going to call it square tool, but it's never a square tool. It's always a rectangle tool. And now I think we want purple again for this. We'll do these ones in a darker purple. I always have whatever's facing this way on the side plane to be the darkest. Just because it's consistent, and then I always know which way to do the shadows, and that's just kind of how I do it. And then the top is always the lightest. Although when I'm working with different colors, it Gets a little more complicated, but regardless, we're going to do these ones in dark purple. So I'm just going to select that one, go select same fill color, and I'm just going to make that a slightly darker purple. There we go. Although this one is going to be the normal purple, or just a slightly lighter purple. There we go. And the blue, I kind of don't like the blue anymore. So we're going to go select same fill color and make it that. Okay, well, I don't know why I did that. I mean, those were obviously the same fill color. Okay, select same. Let's try that again. And I don't know why that didn't work. This should have worked. They were the same. I swear they were the same. Anyway, let's get back to our stairs. So we've got our front plane here, and we got to build the stairs down just like we did here. So we're going to get our rectangle tool and go back and put in our top. And then we're going to go back and select these two. Go copy and paste. If you're probably familiar with copy and paste. I feel like I don't need to reiterate what that is. But for me, it's Control-C, Control-V. If you're on a Mac, it's probably Command-C, Command-V. It's been a while since I've been on a Mac, and I can never remember. I never remember because it's always just muscle memory. I have no idea what I'm pressing. So those aren't quite even, but they could be if I keep going. How are we looking? Okay, those are pretty good. So we've got our nice stairs that go down here and here, and we need one last step to make this make sense right there. Beautiful. Now, while you are doing this, make sure you do have your force pixel alignment and your snapping stuff on, so everything snaps beautifully to your grids. Otherwise, it's going to be awful because, well, we're dealing with very precise, what am I trying to say? Precise alignment, I guess. So we want everything to be nicely aligned because we are trying to fit everything to our beautiful little grid. Okay, so we've got our stairs, sort of. Now, the next thing we actually want to do is give these stairs some, I guess reality is a good word. So we're going to just draw in a front here, and we can just bring that way down to here and give it this color, and then bring it right to the back. So now it looks like it's a proper stairway. And I'm going to drop that all the way down to here. I guess it would depend on how deep these stairs go. We'll bring it down to there. That seems to align nicely there. Okay, that works. And then I could do the same with this side, but instead I think I'm going to draw more stairs. First, I will just give it a side though. I'm just going to do maybe to here, and we'll do it in that nice dark purple and bring it to the back. Beautiful. Okay, and then here I want to have stairs coming off there. So I'm going to go onto the top plane, and I'm going to draw it right off of this step. Like that. So we're going to have sort of another landing here that you can only get to from this one tiny step, which I've seen. This exists in real life. It's a terrible design, but I mean, the point here isn't to design stairs that are safe or functional. It's to show you how to design stairs. So that's what we're trying to do right now. Okay, so I'm going to do stairs here, but I'm not going to do them the same way as I did them here. I'm going to go back into grid settings, and I'm going to divide the grids. So to divide, I just go 2. And you'll notice now each of those little squares is divided into 2. So I can get some more detail, and I can do smaller stairs. And it's actually really cool to kind of do that. I always, whatever I do, I always start off with 1 division, then I go to 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, just if I want to constantly get really, really good detailing out of the isometric grid. So we're going to back that up. And now I can make some really skinny stairs. So let's go to side and draw in a side here. I'll get the right side color. And then I'm going to draw in the top like so. And this is my top color. And exactly doing the same thing I did above, I'm just going to copy. No, I'm not copying. What am I doing? I'm just pressing Alt. So Alt, just drag Alt, drag, Alt, drag. I assume that's the same on a Mac. I don't know. I can't tell you. It's all muscle memory, guys. There we go. So we got our stairs. Now, do I want those to go to the same place as this? Probably, but we're going to do... Wait, we need one more little... There we go. One more little step there so it looks normal. And then we can put our side behind this, the front wall, I guess. So let's just draw that in, make it go to there, and then give it our lighty purple color. Bring it to the back. And now we've got this, which can overlap there. I think that looks right. Align pretty well. That's the top step, that's the side. There's not a lot of differentiation between this wall, so we may have to do something with that because it just kind of blends into this. So in the meantime, let's go back to our wall here. We're going to draw in a side here for these lovely stairs and give it our dark purple color and bring it to the back. And now we know that it doesn't align properly, so we can drop that down one. And we can add one more little set of stairs here, and then this can align. Beautiful. It's like the weirdest little stair set you'll ever see. Like, who would do that? No one. Maybe like, I've probably done this in Minecraft though, to be honest. I've done exactly this. Like I build a perfect stairway and then I just want to have this weird offshoot of stairs down here. It's fine. It's fine. The villagers needs it. It's great. Okay, let's put our grid back on. And I mean, that's pretty much it. That's how you do stairs. It's a lot of just using the tools, figuring out your colors, the dark, light, and the lighter, and then kind of just working with it so it looks realistic. And you can get smaller and smaller stairs the more divisions you put in your isometric grid. I can bring it back to one division. And if we want to create anything more, we can do that. I might just give this guy a little bit of gradient there, just so you can tell it's not the same as this. And I'll do the same with this one, which is in here. And I'm just going to add those two together so they're one shape, and I can just add the same gradient in there. And I think I like that. That one went a bit farther. And I think that works. Now, I hope that that all made sense and you see how quite easy it is to make stairs. It gets a bit trickier when you're working with, it gets tricky when you try to do stairs on crazier angles. But this is sort of the basics of how to do stairs. Like one of the trickiest things I've seen done that looks really cool is when someone has a platform like this, and then they build the stairs coming up from that. And they probably do it so they draw the stairs first and then the platform around it. But I think it's kind of interesting to see how that works. So why don't we try that? We're going to build completely illogical stairs right in here. I'm going to make that quite a bit darker. And then I'm actually going to make them really tiny stairs. We're going to get 4 divisions. And I probably should have made that a bit lighter because that was just really hard to see. So we'll make that white for now. And then I'm going to put some stairs inside this going down into an imaginary place. I mean, a ladder would make sense, but in this case, we're doing stairs. So let's do some crazy stairs, just like we did before. We're going to click on our front side because we already have our top landing area here. And we can either do it like that, where we have, we have our stair, but because there's something above it, it cuts right into it. So you basically have 2 options for this. You can go click on it and go convert to curves, and then just use your little node tool here and bring that back in there so it fits beautifully. Or you can just draw it in with the pen tool, which is what I'm going to do with the next one. So this one needs to be on the top plane. So bring that there, and that one I didn't actually need to use the pen tool for because it would have just drawn perfectly, but you get the idea. So now we have our two little stairs. I'm going to group those together and then bring them down, which isn't great because actually if I have this top part above everything, then that would work. So I'm just going to grab this part, and I'm going to go subtract. So now this is by itself, and I can bring that to the top and then have my stairs underneath everything. And then I can continue to bring my lovely stairs, which I will now have to make smaller because I'm running into the stairs. But again, this can always be on top of that. So I can move all of this stuff, I think, to the very bottom, and it will show because there is nothing else above it. And let's bring this continually down here. And I think I can press, yeah, I can just do Control J with that too. I never like using Control J when I'm on a perfect grid though, because I'm never sure it's going to work perfectly. But that actually seemed to work pretty good. Okay, let's zoom out. All right, so we've got our stairway to nowhere. Basically, it would just go down here and you would just get stopped at the wall. But the point is, you know how to do that, and that's important. So then I'm going to put a side panel just right underneath there in this dark purple. I might do a slightly darker purple just because it's like an underground purpley area. And then that's going to be on the very bottom. Ooh, this got real weird. I love it. So weird. Okay, and then I've got all this. And I feel like that should be a little bit darker too, but I mean, it's still getting all the light from the top, so it's probably fine. So let's put our grids back to 1, close that, and then take off our grid. So that's interesting. I mean, this is a very unsafe stairway. As you can see, I mean, you're just going to fall into this hole, and up here, where are you going to go? You're going to go nowhere. You're just going to fall. I should do like a pool down here, but that's not the point. The point of this is to show you how to make stairs in isometric illustrations and have them be awesome with whatever you're trying to make. So hopefully that teaches you how to do that. And please go experiment. Like, stairs, I find, are extremely fun, really, really fun to play with in Affinity Designer using the isometric tools, which I love so very much. So yes, by all means, go play and have fun and build the craziest stuff that you can imagine. That didn't work so well. Let's undo that. Undo. Like, for example, let's put our grid back on. You can do some really cool sort of like MC Escher kind of stuff with your stairs going every which way. And you can just, or you can just, copy what you have and make it kind of fit in with everything else. Okay, well, I'm going to need to play with that a bit more because that's not working super well. But unless I bring that to the very back, but this is all together. So yeah, you can make lots of stairway cool stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean. You do lots of stairway stuff all over the place if that is what you're going for. I mean, otherwise, then just do whatever you want. Make it with a house. Make it with like a weird fountain from a mall, or that kind of stuff. But do play around with it because it is a lot of fun, and you can create some very cool looking stuff just using the stair tool. And yeah, so just have fun with it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you learned a little bit more about isometric illustration and how to make some awesome stairs. If there's anything else in Affinity Designer you want me to do, let me know in the comments. And I think that's about it. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye.